Yo, it's your boy Make So Guapo, man. Street Certified News, and we back with another one. When we drop a story like this, man, y'all always show love. Y'all always show support, man. So we just want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, for all the videos prior, including this one. Before we get started, man, I know y'all see the title, man, but before we get started, I need y'all to stop, man. Smack the like button, man. Help us run this video up. Help us get to the top of the algorithm. We want to make sure that you guys, as well as others, you know what I'm saying, get the most accurate information and get the most non-biased information. This week's story was actually some information that we had for a few weeks, almost maybe like a month now. But to be honest, man, I ain't feel like some TikToker trucker dude just because he was on No Jumper. I didn't really feel like that was something that warranted us really diving deep in his past. Did he tell? Did he testify? All that type of shit. Like, it really comes when, you know, these guys are portraying these fake gangster images, tough guy images. And for the case of this dude, G-Face Trucking, man, he completely changed what gang he was in. He completely changed like his whole persona, his whole image, and then really started trying to be on the side of the people who originally, you know, he was up against. Today, actually, he went on the Adam and Wack show. And of course, man, you know, Wack 100, even though he is the police, he tapped into a lot of the same streets that we tapped into. And he brought up the dude G-Face Trucking paperwork, causing G-Face to kind of have to, you know, quickly figure out what to say. And, you know, we kind of think they glazed over the topic a little bit, but once we saw that, we felt like it was the right time to go ahead and let you guys know exactly what happened with the boy G-Face Trucking. Again, man, this week's story, the boy G-Face Trucking, man, exposed for cooperating and testifying in the 2007 attempted murder trial. Man, let's get right to it. On June 26, 2007, 5 friends were hanging out at a local park in Glendale, California, when they were approached by a white vehicle. One of the men in the group, named Yuri, at the time called himself Ghost and affiliated with the gang Armenian Power. This man will pull out his weapon, ready for the approaching vehicle and what it had in store. Moments later, a group of teenage girls will later testify that shots rang out coming from that white vehicle and everybody ran. Although Yuri had claimed to the girls earlier in that day that he had a weapon and was known to boast about his gangster credentials, he would not fire back at that white vehicle. Witnesses later claiming Yuri ran as soon as shots were fired. After the shooting, those same teen girls would later testify that Yuri and his cousin would jump into their cars and immediately drive away. Weeks later, when police would speak with Yuri about what happened, he would identify the driver and the person he believed shot at him.
You Yuri?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see this work floating around?
When we first saw this G-Face Trucking paperwork, and shout out to the homie, man, Street Certified Smokey, man, official Street Certified member, you know what I'm saying? This dude G-Face Trucking, when you do research into him, he originally started out named Ghost. That was like his street name, I guess. In the Armenian community of Glendale, California, Ghost was known as this, you know, wannabe tough guy. He toted guns, he talked a big game. But even at that time, there was already rumors that he had been cooperating with authorities against rivals. And it's funny that the teen girls who ended up testifying just like Yuri did, in their testimony, man, they really laid it out like, man, look, he said he had a gun, he was talking all this stuff. You know, we were kind of told by our parents and around the community, kind of stay away from that guy, he's trouble. Well, when shots rang out and the ops pulled up, man, Yuri was running, you know, just like everybody else. We're not trying to be the snitch police. We're not trying to be the people that say, oh man, he told and then point and laugh. Like, that's really not the point of this. But at the same time, you got guys like G-Face Trucking. You know, he's portraying this gangster image, and now he's gone viral on TikTok with the trucking page. And, you know, he's got people sending him money. He's accumulated a lot of fans that, you know, look alike like us because he's representing this image and this lifestyle that he's actually very much far from. And even in the past, when his name was Ghost, like we said, from the gang Armenian Power, Armenian power sounds exactly like what it sounds like. When you look at pictures of these guys, they all got the shaved heads.
Show you niggas will really be going down though.
An inmate at the Pelican Bay State Prison, Crescent City, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Snoopy. What's up, my G?
What's cracking, guys?
Nothing much, my boy, but
Now you're after this. That's like, homie, what you said, like, how I feel and it's sad happening. All that shit, I'm not bullshitting. I mean, you know, you know how it is. I mean, the beginning, all that shit was on my mind, and I was like, hey, fuck this and fuck that. But I was like, it's been 14 years, my nigga. I'm over it, my nigga.
I'm just happy you're happy, my boy. You feel me? I'm just happy the fact that înge caras dute anes, the fact that dute înge u caras hi mai înzeasă înge dura xesulave să zgum gyotlem înge.
Hey, you Yuri?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you see this work floating around?
After identifying his shooter as fleeing in a white vehicle, police would use traffic data to narrow down the potential suspects, later arresting Harutyan Abraham and charging him with attempted murder. At his trial, Yuri testified that he was high out of his mind that day. However, his earlier statements would be used at trial as they were vital to identifying the shooters. Police would later find out through MySpace messages that G-Face was in a beef with Abraham over a rap diss song against the Pasadena Armenians. A jury would later convict Harun Abraham of attempted murder, shooting at an occupied motor vehicle, and possession of a firearm by a felon. It's pretty known that the dude Yuri, aka G-Face, aka Ghost, it's pretty known that dude has cooperated in the past and may even be currently cooperating with authorities. A number of people let me know that Yuri has paid off some guys and he's done things for people so that he could, you know, remain safe and rep the gang and do the trucking thing and you know, play fake gangster on the internet. It's pretty cut and dry and simple. I know Yuri tried to defend this on the Adam and Wax show just today, but that's his name, Yuri, such and such, whatever. You know, he was a known gang member even back then. Some dudes pulled up, shot at him. He ran, you know, and he testified just like the other girls who were there with him at the park. They testified. They pointed out this dude, Abraham. He was a member of the Pasadena Armenians, which, like I said, man, was just another Armenian type of gang. That's an area, Pasadena, Glendale. That's an area that has a heavy Armenian population. After G-Face Trucking testified, he would be kicked out of Armenian power. And for a few years afterwards, you know, not many people knew about him. I know in years past, since he's come back up, he's had ties with like the Serenos, as well as I believe his White Fence or something like that. He's had ties with some other gangs out in LA, but that's the same guy. So I know a lot of time, I know somebody told me like, hey man, he said that's not him, he not Ghost. Yuri, Ghost, G-Face, it's all the same guy. This is completely unbiased. Like, you know, we don't have no problem with him. He seemed to have a problem with us in the DMs when we DM'd him. He had, you know, some semi-racist stuff to say, but I guess, you know, he thinks he's a Mexican now, so maybe he could say nigga or something, I don't know. Either way, we apologize. Like I said, man, we are not trying to, you know, take people down and stuff like that. But look, man, these dudes are portraying a good image. You know, they're trying to sell you their music, or they're trying to sell you their trucking handbook or whatever they're doing. After this video, man, go ahead and check out a very touching documentary that we did on a man out of Robbins, Illinois named Ivy Kelly. He was set up by some corrupt cops who ended up going to jail for their corruption. You know, they were being investigated by the feds. Either way, he was set up for a murder that he didn't do, and he's been in jail for 25 years trying to prove his innocence. We did a story on him. We outlined, you know, the names of the informants and the names of the corrupt cops. That's something that we told you guys we would be doing a few months ago. We're really gonna be diving more into, you know, what makes the streets the way it is. There's a reason why all these rats are so cool right now. There's a reason why all of these people are doing something different than kind of they've been doing all these years. And I don't believe that it's just, people being rats. Like, I don't believe that. I believe that there's a concerted effort to get people to rely on the state. The state is your new big homie. You know what I'm saying? He pays you. He does this. He does. I think that's the new thing. And man, that's a slippery slope. For people that understand. The best way to boil a frog, as they say, is 5 degrees at a time. So little by little, man, we will be relying less on each other and more on the government. And once that is in a full state, now you're talking about the New World Order, man. Now you're talking about they're in every aspect of your life. So us being close with each other and not telling on each other and working together is something that keeps the government at check. And that's really why we talking about this stuff, man. Like I said, we're not trying to call nobody rats. We're not trying to revel in other people's pain. We're not trying to bring people down. But we are reporting the street news just the way we see it, unbiased, unfiltered. And man, we hope you guys appreciate that. Again, it's your boy Emery Salvaco, man. Street Certified News. We out.